What's good, gang? Me and my new glasses are here for some more Movieverse malarkey as we crack on with Bapril, or in this case, Stephen Capril Jr. It's Studio Series 108, Rise of the Beasts Wheeljack. Oh god, here we go. So Wheeljack was the Autobots' man on the ground in Peru who rocked up 56 minutes into the movie, said, "Go there!" did one cool car chase thing, and then pretty much chilled at the back while the rest of the movie happened around him.
It sounds like we're all going to die.
Oi! That's Rat Trap's line. But his on-screen impact was nothing next to the friggin' shit wobble you lot threw over his teaser poster. That's not Wheeljack, they cried in the comments, as if names in the Movieverse mean f***ing anything. I mean, fine, I understand the frustration when this guy showed up in the previous film, but how do you know that's Wheeljack? Did anyone call him that? Maybe the name Wheeljack is the Cybertronian equivalent to James. Maybe this was Wheel James. Bottom line, the further away we get from this guy, the better. But regardless of what name they slapped on it, this is one of the more charming robot designs I've seen in ages. It brings such a different energy to the rest of these extreme murderbots and bestial brutes with its gawky presence and shambolic rust bucket outfit. It's so immediately obvious that he turns into a VW camper van, wearing the signature curved panels and bright chromy trim with an irresistible ramshackle pride. And I'm infatuated with the coffee cake colours, all sandalwood and clotted cream, which lend him the cozy analog feel of the wooden panels on an old record player. It's friggin' Transformers Unplugged. So yes, big Wheeljack Horner here is a gorgeous deluxe figure. Perhaps a smidge undersized, but chunky, in the way a good block of chocolate is chunky. And the design sings in a symphony of quirky features. So f***ing cute. I love the implied clothing choices, like the auto badge sculpted onto what looks like an undervest, with braces stretched over his slutty exposed engine tum. The face is similarly unique, but it's a funny one. I don't know if I love the jagged pout and tinfoil skin, and the piercing blue-eyed gleam bears an unsettling ghostly paleness, and it pairs very peculiarly with the huge square-framed glasses, which honestly come off a touch try-hard, like, oh, stereotypical nerd boy.
My glasses! My allergies!
But like, the day I don't enjoy a Transformer wearing stuff is the day I'm dead. What's wrong with you? Anyway, beyond the optics, he's quite classical Autobot. The parts layout is straight out of '84. All headlamp pecs, shoulder wheels, and door wings round the back, which do maybe feel a smidge tight, but enclosed and cozy, like a visual hug. Legs are big and deep and stocky, with tasteful ankle and knee straps and subtle headlights on the thighs, head thights. But the hips are perhaps a touch elongated there. He does go a bit skinny at the waist, but we'll live. Bit of a posing problem on the go though, not for an absence of joints, but for an abundance of friction. So he holds a stance like a champ, but the motion feels very scrapey and almost resistant to fun. Like, the arms look cute, but they give you a lot of pushback. Plus he hasn't got wrists and the hands are almost swallowed by the kibble paneling. Weapons are weird too, like he doesn't get his big boomy hand blasters. Boo. Instead lumbered with this generic see-through zap gun, which seems to be a slightly stretched steel from Studio Ironhide. It's whatever, it's a gun. They probably made the toy way before the CG artists finished the effects, and I'd rather he got something than wait another year. At least they got the right character model, hey Bumblebee? So a lot of problems, a lot of fiddly little complaints, but nothing can kill the vibe this guy brings. Wheeljack is so utterly unique, so delightfully different that he almost doesn't hit like a Transformer at all. He gives you that feeling of, like, you know when you just buy a model of something that was neat in a movie, just so you can have a nice solid printout of it on your desk. It feels more like he's that than he's one of the Transformers. Less Cheetor and more Cherno Alpha. Transformation is very Movieverse. There's so much going on and so little intuition on what order to do it in, compounded by the tough joints and so little clearance it's almost claustrophobic. I mean, it's still doable and quite forgiving with a bit of futzery, but I've heard people say it's the worst thing ever and they hate it and it nearly put them off collecting. I mildly get it, it's barely a good time, but goddamn, alternators would have cooked you guys alive. And the vehicle mode is too cute. I think it might be my favourite thing
Ever?
I'm sure I'm not the only one with a huge soft spot for a Volkswagen camper van, and it's so wonderful to see one in Transformers. Dreadbot, we barely knew ye. We didn't knew ye. So, God, check this thing out. It is too sweet. Right away, it's a little small, let's say compact, but a lightspeed adorable lump of a thing that pleases visually and feels pleasantly chumbly in the hand. Dripping with gorgeous campervan whimsy, elevated to the Studio Series standard. Like, I'm trying so hard not to melt at the big dopey windscreen. Gobbly bulbous lights and sort of double dip swoosh cleavage. Love the faux handwritten signage on the side with his unofficial internet nickname, and that big old VW medallion is pure Beastie Boys bait. Plus we got roof racks, a fake out sunroof, and I swear to God, from a certain angle I thought these voids in the back were curtains. Here's the question though, do it do-de-do? Not really. Oh, it don't do-de-do. It doesn't. Between the gravel scraping shoulders, shin pads, tippy toes, and underside weapon stashage, there's just too much going on underneath. I don't believe it. Just time for a peek at a sweet paired back pocket money version in Beast Weaponizer Wheeljack, who's about the same size, perhaps not as pretty or complicated, but way more easygoing, ditching most of the gorgeous colours and details, but also all the play and posing problems, to land squarely in the middle as a plain but entertaining party minger. Same. Transformation takes half the time and half the stress, and gives us this genericized sepia shagwagon that hits most of the same notes, kind of a semitone flat. Windscreen provides a nice shocker blue, but I swear to God, if I have to mention Pixar's Cars in another video, I'm gonna lose it. It's even got an eyebrow. And a smile. But the real reason I bring this guy up is because I'm obsessed with his rad Rhinox minicon. It's a solid little robo-rhinoceros. Robosaurus, with the greatest target master mode in the history of everything. It's like 88% ass. It's all ass. It's an assault rifle. It's a booty shooty. It's a Shatling gun. It's a rhinoceros. It's fart attack with Neil Poo cannon. Best day of my life. So that's your Wheeljack review. A couple of decent but imperfect toys of a design that is, for me, a minor all-timer. It just hits so many heartstrings and things I hold dear that I've longed to see brought to robot life. But I get that he's not everyone's fave, and I do, in fact, have my own issue with Wheeljack. It's a mild one, I don't super care, but in the context of Transformers, and especially on screen, he's too similar to Bumblebee. Look, he's got more or less the same friendly silhouette and roundy body type, similar shaped head, door wings, same kind of stature and proportions, and he's a Volkswagen. It's almost like he wandered in from a different project. Like this is a version of Bumblebee from a 1960s Transformers spin-off that somebody else was working on, and they emailed this character model to the wrong art department and they put it in the film by accident. That's my thoughts anyway. It's like acoustic Bumblebee. I understand why he rubbed you all wrong, but I'm never not gonna love a nerdy, bespectacled campervan cutie. Absolutely fabulous. Man, what a weird April. Cheers for watching, gang. Hope you're tolerating this minor format change. I've decided I'm not going to put this bit, like the patron roll, on the end of every video, just the ones that go over the sort of 8-10 minute threshold. I'll explain further in the next time I open, but right now, thanks for watching. Cheers to Isomorphic Prime, thank you mate, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Be sure to subscribe for more Thew's awesome Transformers reviews. Limited appeal, keeping it real.